y'all, this is Sam, the Frugal Hugel Gardener. I went ahead and got a shipment of some banana plants in. Box is a little squashed, so I'm going to cut it open and see what they look like. Then I'm going to go ahead and upsize the pot if everything looks good. So let's get on with it. Just a little harder to unpack. See the way they had it? Look, it's taped to the bottom so they couldn't slide and crush. This is a nice way to pack the plants. If that wasn't taped, they would crush in on each other. I got bamboo like that, big heavy pots they crushed in. So he did a good job. Just taking me a minute to cut all this tape away. It's obvious to me that they go ahead and they pack these up nicely. So they must know what they're doing as far as packing goes. Okay, so here's the box. The box was crushed in the middle. But when these were like that, it doesn't look like it did anything bad to the plants. Okay, so I definitely want to upsize these. Okay, so I have some coconut coir right here with peat moss in it. There's the peat moss. I mixed this batch up from last time. This is my coconut coir brick. So I want to go ahead and put this in here so I can pot them up. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to add water. This is warm water. I'm going to put a full gallon in here. This stuff really sucks it up. I may even need more, who knows. And if there's too much in there, I could just wring it out, but I want it to soak in really good. Okay, so that's going to take a while to soak in. So let me go ahead and get all of this wet and soaked in, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I put water in here. I mixed it all up. I filled those 3 up, so I didn't have to waste any time. I got 1 more to fill up. So basically, once this here is nice and moist, and you can squeeze out water, but that's okay. Because once you fill these up, I'm going to show you. Okay, once these are filled up, water could come out the bottom like that. So as long as you have these sitting on a tray, let the water come out. As long as it's nice and drainable soil, it's all fine. Put as much as you want in, set it in a bin of water, let it wick up, and then when you take it out, it just drains into the pan, and you're not going to overwater. Okay, so now that leaves me to where I got to undo these. I don't like the way they're marked, but that's okay. So here, I'm taking this one out, just like that. And now I'm going to pot it. So I'm going to remove some with my hand, so I could put this down in the pot. And then I'm going to put some back in there and make sure it's moved around really nice. Okay, so this is potted really nice. I'm going to stick this back in there so I don't get them mixed up. And then after I pot them, I'll go ahead and label them. Same thing with this. I'm going to go ahead and remove some potting soil. See if I could get this root to pull out nicely. Okay, so I got the root to come out. See that? Try to be careful. So I'm going to put that down in there nice and deep. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill up around it. And I'm going to place this pot in here like that. Okay. The reason why I'm putting those pots back in there is because they're labeled with numbers, so I got to match the numbers up and then make my own labels with names. So I got to go from numbers to names. Okay, see if I can pull this out and get the root. Okay, same thing, I got the root. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the potting soil that I made. Put this plant in there. And repot it. Okay, so now I'm going to put this pot in there. And we're going to do this last one right here. Okay, so I'm going to take out some soil. Now this one came out just like that without all of it. So I'm going to take what's in there and dump it. And now I'm going to place this on top of that and then pot it. So I dumped in the soil that was in the little pot just because that's what it came in. Okay, I just need a little bit more soil, so I'm mixing this up real quick. Whoever said baking bowls were not good for anything else, I don't know. Okay, so this is all good. I'm just putting it in there. And look, it's squeezable. Banana plants could handle the water, so that's okay. Because it's going to drain out. So I'm going to put this in there like that. Move this to the side. Okay, so there you have it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to label them. Let me get my labels. Okay, so I got 4 labels in graphite pencil. You always want to use a graphite pencil because it's not going to wipe off and it's not going to fade in the sun like Magic Marker does. Okay, so now that I put labels in there, these are all potted. So it's winter time right now. So it's in the 60s during the day. It's cooler in the evening. We're going to have some freezes come up here shortly in a month or 2 or 3, whenever. We're approaching December, January, February, and March. Usually in March we have a hard freeze. So I want to go ahead and let these start rooting and growing indoors. So I'm going to put them over there under my lighting station and let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so as you can see here, I have a tall section that goes all the way up in front of my lighting station, and that's so I could grow banana plants or fruit trees and not have to worry about a shelf like over here. So these are on a tray, so when I fill them up, the water will come out the bottom and then it'll wick back up and I could keep them going. So these are potted right now. They're nice and moist. Nothing else for me to do right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave these be. So meanwhile, hey, this is Sam the Frugal Hugel Gardener. I hope you enjoy my little unboxing and repotting some new banana plants that I just got in. We're in the end of November, and these are going to remain here until April, at which time I will put them on the porch to harden up and then plant them outside, and you'll get to see it all. So with that said, give me a like, give me a share, come on over to my Facebook page, come on over to my Facebook banana group. The link is in the description under the video. Hope to see you there.